So I'm standing here just staring at this amazing escarpment in front of me. Blue sky, no sign of human habitation at all. It's all just incredibly natural. And that's my temple. A lot of ex-Rigpa people have found just being in nature extremely helpful. You know, just sitting on the beach or going for a walk mindfully with awareness has taken the place of any sense of, you know, I have to do practice. I should be practicing and my practice should look like this or look like that. It's taken the place of any sense of I need a teacher. It's more become, you know, I studied all this stuff and I know all this stuff and it's time to integrate it into myself and trust myself, trust that I've got out of those years of study what I need to. And, you know, I'm talking here about, you know, my friends are, my ex-Rigpa friends are all people who've been studying Dharma for at least 10 years, you know, most of them more than that. And so, you know, we're not talking about people who've just done a few courses. We're talking about people who've, you know, really studied the teachings. And there's a sense among all of us that, you know, it's time to just trust, you know, that we do know what we need to know, that we have learnt it. And so I don't think, I mean, there's a few people who are looking for other lamas. I do watch videos from Mingyur Rinpoche. But don't consider him my teacher. I'm not looking for a teacher. It's kind of like, well, been there, done that. And let's face it, these guys are just human. I mean, I always saw that he was human. You know, obviously he wasn't enlightened. I mean, you know, someone who berates people like we watched him berate people was obviously not enlightened. I never thought that. But I did feel the power of his Buddha nature, his nature of mind and his ability to invoke that in people. At least that's how I experienced it. I think now that a lot of the time, you know, he was invoking a group trance state. But nevertheless, it did take me where I needed to go. And perhaps that was the dog tooth perspective. And if you don't know the dog's tooth story, it's, you know, basically what it says is that even if the object of your devotion is not worthy of your devotion, you will get benefits from having devotion to that object. And that might sound weird, but I think there is some truth in it. Not only because of my experience of being a student of, you know, basically dog's tooth, rather than an enlightened being. But also, if you look at a tree, for instance, and you have devotion for that tree, it changes your relationship to the tree. Now, that might sound weird. How can you have devotion for a tree? I think the whole point of devotion in Tibetan Buddhism is that you're training yourself to actually have devotion for the true nature of reality, not a lama. He's only a way to that. The way I understand it is the idea of lama, and I always used to emphasize this whenever I was instructing in Rigpa and we were talking about the lamas, the four different kinds of lamas, or the four aspects of the lama, the four kinds of lama, of which the actual physical lama is only one. And then you've got the Dharma that he's actually teaching. And then you've got the nature of your own mind, right, which is the ultimate lama, and the nature of, you know, reality itself. You know, the way whatever happens to you, whatever presents itself to you in your experience, is also a teacher in terms of a way to open yourself up to the nature of reality. So, you know, how does that work? Well, what is devotion anyway? It's an openness and a gratitude and a respect. So I can have all of that for a tree. You know, I just open myself to the essence of the tree. Okay, it sounds weird, but anyway, that's That's how I see it, and that's the way I treated and understood the role of devotion. So I wasn't as caught up in, actual devotion for a human being as I think some people are. Those people who protect and defend, Sogyal Rinpoche as a person. I saw him much more as a tool, as a method. I use a tool, he's a complete tool. Right. Okay, let's walk. All right. But even complete tools have good qualities. I mean, let's face it, we all do have Buddha nature, and it's true. It's like we do all share the same nature. What are we? 99% space. It does make the whole thing seem somewhat absurd.